Okay, so for this demo, I just have a really simple project set up here. It might mimic something that you might have in your project. You might have a source folder with some files. You might have documentation and tests. And if you are using an AI agent as part of your workflow, then you might even have some files in here that help you with how your agent is set up. For the purposes of this demo, I'm just keeping it really generic, but you should refer to the documentation for your whatever agent specifically that you are using. So you might have a top-level agent file that includes some of the overview of your project and specific instructions that the agent looks at when it starts up. You might even have a specific agent folder which has some skills in it with specific tasks that you might want the agent to perform. And if you want to add Pyrefly into this workflow so that, let's say when your agent does a task, you then want it to check something with Pyrefly, there's a few different techniques that we would recommend for how you could set this up. The first thing that we recommend you do is put together a Pyrefly skill. That could look something like this, with a simple name and a description of what the skill is, and some instructions for how you want the agent to run Pyrefly. In this example, we're just telling it to really simply just run Pyrefly check at the root of the project, and we're asking our agent to fix any type errors that it can before running Pyrefly check again. But just having a skill like this isn't always a guarantee that your agent will actually run this skill. So what we would also recommend you do is in your top-level agent file, is you can add a type checking section to this file and give it really explicit step-by-step instructions for how to run Pyrefly, check if there are type errors, tell them to fix all of it, and use some encouraging words like you must do this, it's mandatory, to really try to encourage your agent to run these checks as part of its workflow. Even then, if you're still finding that maybe your agent is a bit inconsistent, what you can then do is try something called a hook. A hook for an agent is similar to maybe a pre-commit hook. It is a command that you're getting your agent to run, and it can enforce it to do things like run a type checker. So to set something up like this for Pyrefly, what you can do is add a JSON file, and again, check the specific documentation for your agent for where exactly and what this JSON should look like. But typically they'll look a little bit like this. You'll need to tell it when you want this command to run. We recommend running Pyrefly on the stop section of the workflow. That means that once the agent has completed its tasks and it's sort of stopped working, then we're going to force it to run Pyrefly. Then the hook itself, there can be different types of hooks you can run. One type of hook that we would recommend you try is the command hook. This basically just enforces the agent loop to run a specific CLI command, in this case, Pyrefly check. And sometimes, depending on the agent that you're working with, you might need to explicitly make it produce a specific exit code to get it to actually sort of stop iterating when it hits an error and look at it and resolve it. Another thing that you could do, or another type of hook you could set up, is instead of a command hook, you can set up an agent hook. This is, instead of giving it a specific CLI command to run, you can give it a specific prompt that you want to inject into the agentic loop. In this case, where we've written out a prompt here to run Pyrefly check and fix any type errors before finishing. There isn't necessarily one option that's better than the other. You need to try it for yourself. But this one gives maybe your agent a little bit more freedom to respond to type errors its own way, whereas this one is maybe enforcing a more specific response. So there we have it. That is our demo for a few different ways that you can add Pyrefly to your agentic loop. Remember, with all of this, it's really going to depend on the agent that you are using, so check the documentation, and also experiment a little bit, because these things are changing really fast. So you need to play around a bit to figure out the setup that works best for you.